Hi, Marilyn here, and today I'm going to talk to you about why it is essential for you to clear your beliefs, old limiting beliefs and emotions. And so I'm going to make a couple distinctions here, kind of defining. So, how are emotions different than feelings? Well, emotions are are related to more to the ego. They're memorized, so they're like connected to a belief that you have about yourself or a situation. And meaning they're memorized is that they come up over and over again. There's a neural pathway that's usually related, that is related. If anything that you do over and over again, that means that there's a neural pathway. Your emotions are usually triggered by an event or a statement or something that happens, and it triggers anger in you, or it triggers rage, or it triggers joy and bliss. So it goes in both directions. But we want to look at those things, that beliefs and habits and emotions that are keeping you in low vibration, that are keeping you stuck, that that you're going to want to let go of in order to ascend. And remember, ascension is your evolution, your growth. It is raising your consciousness, raising your vibration. You're becoming less dense and more light energy. And when you awaken, means that you are something happens that kind of shakes you up and makes you see the world in a different place, start to see you in a different way, start to see other people in a different way. It's like you've been dreaming or sleepwalking, and all of a sudden you become alert and just go, wait a minute, why? It's like you've been drugged in some ways. Like, why am I walking this path when I don't care about this path? This is what I really want to do. I see a lot of college kids, have been walking the path that their parents wanted them to do, and all of a sudden, in realizing that that's not the thing that they want to do, or you wake up and realize that this relationship, you can't go any further in it, or the career, or you need to move to a completely different place. You just feel these callings and openings, and your perception just, it's like a lens comes off, or a fog lifts, and you can see things more, start to see things more clearly, even though it disrupts you and makes you feel like you're going crazy a little bit, like, and you lose, who am I, gets in that process. Asking yourself, because if I'm not who I thought I was, then who am I really? And that is perfectly feeds into this clearing the old beliefs and emotions, because those are programs that are running the old you, the you that used to be, or the you that is waking up. And it really is taking time and looking at these aspects of yourself that define you, that create the way that you see yourself abundant or not abundant, that create the way that you see yourself as being healthy or unhealthy, being lovable or unlovable, being worthy or unworthy, enough in all this, smart enough, good looking enough, just enough in any area. You can go across the board in this, feeling supported. So you start to see that your beliefs and those programmed conditionings, whether it's from this lifetime, past lifetime, wherever that information is coming in, things that you're picking up from the collective, and believe whether they're serving you, whether they serve your you in a higher vibration, and if they don't, where you're going, then you want to let go of those. So I just said quite a few of beliefs, but core beliefs is I'm not safe. It's not safe to be me. I'm powerless. I'm weak. I'm unsupported. I'm disconnected. I'm alone. I'm unlovable. I'm not enough. I'm not worthy. And sometimes you don't necessarily say these things. You're not hearing yourself say, I'm not enough and I'm not worthy. But the things that you're thinking that and the actions that you take make is that statement. So you might not see it, but you're speaking it, you're acting it, you're doing it. I can't, I don't know how, the world's against me, I'm bad, or I'm ruined, or again, these are just broad and just some beliefs that we have, and that are deep, that are running our old decision making, that are running our current decision making until we release those. So why do we want to release these? Because they're low, dense energy. And when you're evolving in your ascension, you're letting go of the dense energy and playing more in the higher vibe energies, more of the light. And so comparing the dense feelings to lighter feelings would be unconditional love, freedom, harmony, peace, unity, oneness, I am supported, trying to think, I'm healthy, I'm wealthy, really understanding and feeling those things in the world. So also that you're going to unlearn the old programming so you can create a new program. You're going to create, again, so you're moving from, right, those old beliefs that have you acting, thinking, feeling in a certain way that keeps you feeling heavy, dense, powerless, etc. And so to release those, we are moving into those higher vibrations, what I just said, like love, unconditional love, unity, oneness, harmony, etc. So you have to take new actions. You have to show up in a different way in that energy, and that energy is lighter, freer, more expanded, has more things available to you, will bring in new people to you. So the old way keeps you stuck in survival mode, and it keeps you in separation, in competition, in the duality, which is the old way. So a lot of what I'm describing in the old ways is what is also termed 3D, and what I'm describing as energetically evolving into what we're ascending to is 5D, which includes that harmony, love, unity, oneness, unconditional love, etc. So see that you're rising, you're bringing your energy up, and in order to do that, you need to be able to, in order to feel and experience these other feelings, and in order to be creative, to create it, and the 5D is much more creative, and you're responsible for creating. So you need to have the space to let go of the other in order to create something new. Those lower vibrations prevent crystalline structures from forming in your body, which is activating and raising our frequency. So in order to raise our frequency, we have to allow the crystalline in our body, and if we stay in the dense energy, that can't happen. It helps with our health overall. It increases our health and our well-being. It is anti-aging in a lot of ways, slows down the aging process, and it lets go, as we're letting the emotions and the beliefs and everything go. It's letting go of that energy in our cells. Also how we're feeling and what we're believing, and how we're acting in the world affects the consciousness, the collective consciousness, and affects Gaia. So we get to see how connected we are to each other. And so it's being in choice. Am I choosing for the highest good of all, or am I choosing to just stay stuck and be a me? And also seeing that how you are an influence in the world. You get to see why it's essential is you get to see also what is limiting you, and have an understanding of that, which creates a healing in there for you in your heart. And you get to override it. You get to create a whole new program, a new way to see yourself, and you're taking back your power. You're taking back your responsibility for being a creative individual here, and you get to create and manifest things in the world that are important and are of your highest good and the highest good for others. So as you can see, so this is just some of the things. There's quite a few. We can go into you can explore others as you start to ascend and you start to let go. You start to see it heals family lines. It heals ancestral issues, challenges, and it helps. The main thing here too is that our heart is the key to ascension and to allowing that crystalline energy and the light in, so that it can shift and turn on the DNA that has been dormant in us for a while. It can turn on those things. And how the heart plays a key point in this is that if we can't love ourselves, if we can't open our heart and find compassion and gratitude and appreciation and self-love and other love, unconditional love or deep caring, then that stops all that. It closes it off. And in order to find those beautiful feelings and be able to experience those and experience the creation and the feelings in 5D, we have to heal and understand and let go of who we thought we were prior, and start choosing who we want to be now. And when you realize that a lot of your conditioning is from other people's beliefs, passed down from generation to generation, other people's ideologies, other people's perspectives, and that were just put on you, because when you're a child from when you're in the womb to somewhere between 7 and 9, you don't have a conscious that will say that's right, that's wrong, that's good, that's bad, that's for the greater good, that's not. This is, you don't have that. You're a sponge, and you're just taking in whatever your culture, your religion, your family's religion, traditions, all the schools you go to, the people you're surrounded with. You're just taking in their information that they're feeding you, and you as a child is interpreting. So you're not even getting the full advantage of the information, because you're a child just taking this in, and you're deciding how they're looking at you, whether that's good, that's right, what you should do, to take care of them, put yourself last. What do you have to do in order to fit in, to feel safe, to get your needs met? And so you're contorting yourself in a lot of different ways by the people around you and their reactions to you, and the media and all these other information that's just coming in from lots of different places. And you as a child are putting these all together and trying to make sense out of them. And that's how you start to define yourself. And so it's a lot of stuff, a foundation that's very unstable and is not true for you. So that's why we want to clear we want to get rid of that, those things that aren't true. Keep all the stuff that's true and that's really supportive and expansive for you, but let's let go of the lies and the programming and labels and all of those things that really don't matter and are disempowering to you and limiting for your life. So how do you do that? How do you do that? So one is you start to see patterns. You start to see you looking at things. I remember, my awakening felt like a rug was pulled out underneath me, and it was had to be a health issue that I didn't understand. It wasn't really super bad, thank God, but it was just it made me realize. I thought, well, if I did all these things right, and if I was a good girl, a lot of you probably have been that, like you're a good boy or good girl, you do everything right, and the world will treat you right. You take care of everybody, you sacrifice yourself, you do all the things that you think is really good, and then you should be rewarded for that. Well, that's not how it works, and that's how a lot of us, especially sensitives, who are here and we're taught to take care of other people and are very empathic and nurturing, and so we would put ourselves on the back burner and put everybody else first, and we lost who we were. We don't even, a lot of you probably have no idea what it is that you want in your life because you put everybody else first. You just decide, you can't ask for your needs to be met, etc. So, and in order to be creative and create the world that you want, create the life that you want, and manifest it, you have to know what you want. And so this is really start to look at, so what isn't working for me? And what am I believing? And here's something, ask, is this my belief or somebody else's belief? If I am if I'm a good girl, then everything should work out for me. Whose belief is that? And that was probably my belief, but is it true? Then you ask, is it true? No, it's not true. Because my beliefs and all those are dependent upon how other people are reacting to me. It's not me creating my world. So, one, look at the belief. Is it my belief? So another one would be either the religion you're in or a political party, and because you're in that party because it's been in your family has always been Republican or Democrat. But what are your beliefs? It's like, oh, do I believe in all the things? You might be an independent, right? But oh my gosh, to do that the family would freak out, right? So you have to see oh, that's their beliefs, and so in order to have mine, I'm going to have to be independent of the family in some ways, and that might not feel safe. See how this is working? So so that's one way. So looking at this, is this mine? Whose is it? Does it serve me? Does it serve the highest good? Is it evolving? Is it moving? Is it dense and heavy? Is it limiting thinking? Is it holding me back? Is it true or not? The belief. So those are just good ways to look at it. The other is get a coach like myself who does emotional intelligence that helps with this, helps you understand it, and I know I can see where your beliefs are, and there's deep-rooted beliefs. And it doesn't have to be me. Find somebody else who does this for you, but it's key. You have to do your inner work, and nobody else can do this work for you. So part of that too, right, is not pointing the finger, not making anybody else responsible for how you're feeling, for what your circumstances in the world. As a young adult into adulthood, it is your responsibility to be taking actions and looking at this stuff, looking inward, feeling, what do I want? What's important? Figuring this stuff out. It's not necessarily easy, is my point, but it will be so worth it, and you will be so much more happier down the line. And it does take time. It does take introspection. It doesn't have to take a lot of time. Like I said, you can do it on your own. It will take longer because thank God, I have always had coaches since I started coaching, which is 18 years ago. So, and so I had coaches prior to that, as when I was going through training. I've had coaches or mentors or somebody to help point out those things, because the thing is a lot of these are unconscious, but you can see a lot of it. Once you become aware, you can start to see certain ones, and you might be seeing the surface thing, but it'll take you deeper. And some of the things that you can even see, if you go look on my YouTube videos, there's lots of things on there about different beliefs. I'm not enough, it's not safe to be in my body, etc. That you doing energy work around it. So that will help you see where some of those deeper beliefs are. Yeah. So there's a lot I can talk to you about on this. So I'm trying to be very refining it. Meditating. So meditating is another thing. It's going inward and feeling. And if you're just first starting to meditate, just close your eyes. Just close your eyes and listen for like 2 minutes. Put on a timer on your phone or something, and close your eyes and just watch and listen, observe. Be the witness of what's going on in your head. What are the different things? Do you see yourself solving other people's problems? What are you? How are you talking to yourself? What are the things that you're saying? And you get to see how much is going on in there. That you're not even, and you're doing your day, and all this is going on in there. So meditating helps you to clear that stuff. So then you can start having some clarity about what you're seeing out in the world. And as you start to remove some of these beliefs, it's like removing filters from your vision and your hearing and your feeling, and all of a sudden it's like you can start to see the world more clearly. You can start to feel yourself more, and the things that you are wanting will have room to start bubbling up. Or they're just natural ways for you to be. Anyway, so I'm going to stay on track here. So you can also watch and see what is the emotions that get triggered the most in you, because that's probably an addictive emotion. And so then that gives you an area to look like, why am I getting triggered? So remember I said, when you point a finger and you're making everybody else responsible, that means you're a victim. And so nothing can be changed until they change. You can't work it that way. It doesn't work that way. And notice when you point, so I'm pointing here, there's 3 fingers pointing back. So it's like, they're not supporting me. How am I not supporting me? They're not taking care of me. How am I not taking care of me? They abandoned me. How have I abandoned me? They're saying I'm not good enough. How am I validating I'm not good enough, right? So they're not, taking care of me. How am I not taking care of me, right? So you start looking at everywhere that you're pointing and judging and everything and going, how am I doing that to myself? And that gives you, so then you get tons of information right there. That and if you can stop judging, right? Stop the judging and of others, and just notice why you're doing that. So are you angry all the time? Are you a drama king or queen? Because that is building up energy. Are you what do I want to say? A junkie, like a rush has to have. Like jumping off of mountains and things like that. So why do you have to do that? Why is that important? What does it create for you that you're not creating on your own, right? It's like you've got to have this exterior stimulation rather than you generating it from yourself. So those are just some things to look at. And again, doing the clearing, actually taking time to do the clearing, either working with somebody or on your own, and choosing, because when you start to clear, you've got to have, like, here's the old, and you've got to choose the new, because if you don't choose something new, the brain and all your programming will just keep going back to staying in the programming. So you've got to have something. I'm not enough, I'm enough. I'm more than enough. And you've got to have the feeling that goes with that and a vision that goes with that. That's the old me. That's how I interpreted things. It's not the truth. This is what I'm choosing now. And so every time I'm not enough comes up, then you would be, no, I am enough. Damn it. Whatever you have to do, write I'm enough on your mirror in your bathroom that you look at every day. Put it on your phone to come up as an appointment. I am enough. I'm enough. So eventually you will get that, and you take a moment and you feel, yes, I am enough. I am a creative. I was born enough. I was born lovable. I call people a brilliant, juicy mess. So you are brilliant. You came into this world here to do things. You are here for a reason, and you are juicy in the way that you express yourself, and you're going to get juicy as you clear. Juicier as you clear it and you express who you really are. That's what you're here for. And you're on a mission to be that, and be that lovable, free expression of yourself, and expressing your genius into the world, helping others, helping the greater good, being of service in whatever way that is, whether it's shining shoes or President of the United States, and everything in between. It doesn't matter what color you are, what race you are here for a reason. You're here to help change the world. Some of us are warriors, some of us are way showers, some of us are peacemakers, some of us are the healers, etc., all across the board. And so we all have a role to play in this, and that we're all connected. That's what we're learning. We're so connected, and we're here for each other. And when we start living that, then we're going to be strong and powerful and be able to live in that 5D, to live in that expression of freedom and harmony with each other, and as oneness and unity. All right, I'm getting off on a tangent here. So become more conscious about your fears, your needs, your addictions, your judgments, your choices, your frequency. Am I feeling high vibe or low vibe, right? Am I, so once you're aware of those, like, why am I afraid? Where did that fear come from? What beliefs are feeding that fear? What needs do I have, and are they getting met? Or do the needs, can I ask for my needs to be met? And if I can't ask for my needs to be met, what are the beliefs around that? And why is that? Because that's going to keep you enslaved, right? So how can, so we're again looking at making new choices, so you can see where all of these are and start to make new choices. In judgments, again, stop judging others, stop judging yourself. Just turn to love. Loving where you're at, and you're going to grow and create and expand your beingness, but you are always lovable. You're right. Just change judgment to, like, awareness, a deep listening, and then meeting your needs or meeting your desires. Rather than feeling like you can't get them, and then having the emotions of being angry or frustrated or scared about not having them met, and disempowered because not feeling like you can do it. Another thing is, look at the people that you're around. Do they feed the lower vibrational, the more dense? Are they feeding all of your beliefs, your old beliefs? And so most likely you're going to have to have new people in your life that are more vibrational, higher vibrational, be in environments that are more high vibrational. So you might need to clean your house, feng shui your house, to throw out things that don't make you feel good, bring in things that do make you feel good, put color in, etc. Whatever you need. Your diet might change because you need to eat lighter. Or you might be a vegetarian and all of a sudden need to eat meat. You need to pay attention to what is happening because your body's going through changes. This ascension is taking your physical body, you're physically changing all the way to your DNA. And so that means mentally, spiritually, emotionally, all of those areas. That's why it's important for you to do this work. And it makes it with more ease and grace if you do this clearing of your beliefs and old limiting emotions that aren't supporting you. And then reconnect to, if you're not, don't feel like you're very spiritual. One of the things is that I think is the biggest thing in creating this change and ascending is realizing that there is a bigger energy than you, and that encompasses all of us, and that's what's creating the oneness, and that we all come from that, and we all are that. Some people call that God, some people call it source, some people call it the quantum field, the vortex, the void, universal intelligence. It is intelligence, it is information, and it is unconditionally loving. And so one of the biggest things in this change is learning that you are a part of that. And so it's building your faith in yourself, and your faith in something bigger. So feeling that connection, and you can feel that if you connect to Mother Earth, and you can feel that if you just say in some of my energy meditations, you can feel that connection to things. And when you meditate, you can feel a connection. So, and being in that higher vibration, you're going to feel that connection a lot more, which will help you be with your guides and to hear your guides, which will help you with your intuition. Also, knowing information and being the multidimensional. You are here to be a multidimensional being in this human body. So as you clear out all this junk, that's all these different filters that has you seeing the world through and not being in it clearly, energetically, mentally, or spiritually, once you start to clear that, then your connection to everything becomes much clearer. Signals coming in, so you can be in that multidimensional being, going in and out of different aspects while being in your body, and it turns into a much smoother transition. So I think that's about it right now. I think that's enough information for you to start working with. And if you have any questions, just put them in the comments, or you can email me at coachmarilyn1@gmail.com, and I would love to further this conversation. And if you need more support, look in the information under this video. There's all sorts of links to different ways that you can come in, and if you're just awakening, I have a support group called Awakening Membership, and we have all sorts of meetings. There's a free community for starseeds and sensitives that is very supportive with other people, and asking questions and getting, trying different things out, but being with like-minded people and helping to raise your energy. So I hope this was helpful. Until we meet again, love, live, and matter, and know you are here for a reason. And it may feel difficult But when you're with others, that really helps. And once you start to get a taste of who you really are, you'll be really excited to see that brilliant, juicy mess that you are. That is fabulous. And we're looking forward to seeing that in you also. Take care. Bye.